Hello and welcome back. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. Today we are talking about proprioception, my favorite word, awareness of the body, and I call this the healer's superpower. This is part 3 of a 4-part series called the 4 foundational keys to meditation. All begins and ends with breath, positioning for immaculate alignment, and now we're going to talk about proprioception. It's a big word that means paying attention to the sensations, emotions, mood, tone, comfort level, etc. of the body and awareness of the body. When I was a young woman, I told everyone I knew, and even this joke still plays true today, that I'm not allowed moving objects or to be up on top of things. I don't play sports because I'm uncoordinated, I bruise easily, and I'll be the first one to fall down. Perfect example of not having an awareness of the body, disassociation from the body. When I'm not slowing down these days, I will notice that there are bruises or accidents or things that happen when I'm not paying attention. But proprioception is an awareness of the body. There's a book out there called The Body Keeps the Score, where it's pretty scientific, information dense, but The Body Keeps the Score talks about the different body systems and what emotions they hold, store, or process. In medicine, you can find my Holly Hope, where she talks about the drum and the primal purge process. She will teach you that different systems in the body process emotions. I have an example, but one of the best, I'll give you a couple examples. 1, tears, processing. Tears is a visual representation of emotions flowing through the body. That's one that we can point at. But when you're subtly paying attention to energies as they move through your body, you will discover the different ways in which you process and move energy. Sometimes we have to run and pee. If you'll notice, if somebody is not really clear with their throat, they'll clear their throat a few times or cough. In The Body Keeps the Score, we talk about organs and systems that store emotions. One of my favorite examples was rage. Back when I was a paramedic in the summertime, or even certain holidays, you know which ones I'm talking about, where alcohol is involved, there is a abundance of domestics, arguments, fistfights, confrontations, etc. But if you look at the fact that alcohol is processed in the liver, and liver stores rage, you can see how we can activate those emotions through the use of alcohol. Just one example. But there's many, many examples of where we store emotions and processing them. When we have a subtle attunement to the body and mastery, there is an opportunity for us to dig out and pull emotions and reprogram them. We are able to find out what's running us. In coaching, we call this programs. You know, if somebody's operating from a sense of fear or a lack of self-confidence, those are programs that are going on in your head that have nothing to do with whatsoever what's going on in front of you. So our programs are what's running us. And when we start to really dive deep into where our emotions sit, how we feel about them, and what emotions are most common in our inner landscape, right? Anger is not a normal state for me. So when I notice that noise coming and I have to check the room, because that's not me. I know what my inner landscape sounds like because I've sat with it long enough. So proprioception is the awareness of the body. It begins with a body scan. It begins with impeccable self-care. It goes directly into tracking what your needs are. If we're not giving our body what it needs, it can't communicate to us clearly. I want you to think of the time, my computer's ding, 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 and I should have shut it off, but I want you to think of when you turn your computer on after it's been off for a while and your mouse is moving around and you can't click on anything until the system is rebooted. Sometimes we ask too much from our body, or we're not listening to what it's trying to tell us. This is where we breed anxiety, insomnia, overthinking, appetite problems. We don't even sit down to eat anymore. So what do we know what our body needs if we're not sitting with it? So in meditation, I would recommend to have a successful meditation practice that you take care of your body needs. So you can include all these preparatory steps as meditation time because you're thinking about meditation. Don't make it harder than it has to be. But I want you to think of, do I have enough water? Is the room comfortable? Is it a good time to meditate where you're setting yourself up to succeed? What are your goals for meditation? But listening to the body will likely be the first thing that you hear in meditation for a hot minute. When you sit down in meditation, your knee hurts, I'm tired, I'm cranky, I can't sit still, I'm hungry, I'm cranky. Whatever those emotions are, we haven't given opportunity prior to our meditation session to release them. And sometimes our meditation session is that. So one of the things, this goes with breath work and the positioning, I would recommend to come into that beautiful relationship with the information that your body is giving you, is to sit with the body, take note, and then take care. So if you have a sore knee and we're not doing anything about it, not wearing the brace, not giving it ice, not giving stretch or physical therapy, or taking the Tylenol, are we caring for our body? So in your meditation practice, not only listen to what your body needs, because it isn't until you start to clear those notifications that you will be able to perceive the subtler messages that are coming in through the energy body. So if you're embodying everything, you're embodying your anger, your frustration, your hunger, your cranky nap time, if you're embodying your emotions all the time, there is no room, if the system is clogged, for subtle messages. So this means being in the moment with the body and impeccable self-care and giving it what it needs so it can be the vehicle that you need it to be on these higher levels to do the spiritual work. Because if you may have been listening to the other videos or just being called to one or the other, but if you're reading the Gene Keys, we're talking about the nerve ganglia and the solar plexus and how the future is going to be more about our emotions, vibration, and emotional intelligence. And so the belly is the core of where we're storing a lot of this information and giving it room to speak will be the first true lesson in meditation. So even though we've got the breath work and the sitting still, the body comes into play in that awareness of what's going on with the body. So once we have sat through our discipline and we are able to come to terms with what the inner landscape looks like, then we can check on the weather that's going on outside. And it isn't until we master that center first that we can begin to perceive what's ours, what's not, what's going on outside of us. And when we have a deep understanding of our emotions and where they sit, then we can empathize better with where someone is coming from. Empathy means I feel with you, or I feel what you feel. So in order to come into better attunement with that, discipline the body to its structure, calm the nervous system and rewrite pathways, and listen. Thank you for hanging out with me. My meditation class is up online, Meditation for the Modern Mystic. Week 1 is out on YouTube. So if you want to check out the class, you can kind of see what my style is like. I am talking really, really fast in that class. I apologize. You'll be okay. Jump in. The train has left the station. Come play with me. I'll catch you on the flip side. We'll be right back with step 4, discipline. Catch you on the flip side. Adonai.